Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're doing great. In this Escape from Tarkov video, we're going to be talking about what it takes to max your crafting and hideout management skills. These go hand in hand, and with the new wipe introduced with 12.9, you might actually be able to see the effects of these. So here's to recording this video for the second time. But we're going to get straight into the graph here. No need to see a messy brand new hideout. Just going to look straight at the graph, and as you can see, there's no graph and there's no numbers. Now, why is this, you might say? Well, because basically the 5 different multivariable equations needed to solve out the quickest way to exactly do this is actually probably more time consuming than it takes to actually get to max crafting and hideout skills. But basically what you need to know is every time you complete a crafted item, you get 2.5 points for the crafting, and basically every single hour you have fuel in or a water filter in or the air filter in, you get a point. And then for every single hour it spends crafting, you get a point. So if it takes you 30 hours to craft a graphics card, you're going to get like 33 points essentially. 2.5 for finishing, and then 1 for every hour that it works. Same works with I know that's not exactly how it works for hideout management. It's like every time you pull out an item or you do it something, you get a point. But the fact that you're crafting and always crafting and taking things out for your quest means you're just going to level it naturally. So in theory, this is how it would work, is that in basically my first week of playing, the first week that I was introduced with playing a moderate amount, I got 520 points, and knowing it takes 4,550 points to max out a skill, it would take you roughly 9 weeks in theory of moderate playing. And this isn't like checking alarms to making sure I'm constantly min-maxing stuff. This is just like average theoretical play. So in theory, you could probably get it done in 6, but basically just always be crafting something, always be doing something in each of your workstations, like your lab, med station, nutrition, workbench, and intel. Like, just always be doing something. I have some suggestions here. However, with you crafting items for your quest, and if you're going for Kappa, that's definitely going to be a great way to level up the skill. And if you really need to level it, because I mean, it is nice to have the more Bitcoin slots and the more fuel storage and the water filter storage for max hideout management, I wouldn't say this is necessarily something that you need to go out of your way setting alarms for, where you're constantly like checking it like every 3 hours to min-max the absolute amount of points. And another thing is, you can't exactly brute force this by crafting gas masks by every 2 minutes or whatever it is to dismantle it and turn it into the filter, because constantly changing your items is actually the most efficient way. So like if you want to do like for example in the laboratory, do a mag case, then do fuel, then paper, then the 60 round mags, and then hoses. I think those are all great items, especially early wipe when you can make some money selling those 60 round mags and those hoses because people need them for quests. So that's a great way. Med stations like grizzlies and survival kits, because then you can have enough healing and easy way to get your limbs back. I think those are good things to work on. Nutrition, the Winston cigarettes for the trade that what's his name, Gunsmith or Mechanic has. Sorry, Gunsmith, wow, it's been a while. Gunsmith has or Mechanic has, and sugar, because you're going to need it eventually for the moonshine. Moonshine, of course, isn't one you can really trade out. Water filters isn't really one you can trade out. At the workbench, basically what ammo you use, if you can craft it, that'll help you level up this faster. If not, BP and BP for valves are a great way to make money, because you can sell them on the market, because everything in the hideout is found in raid. Wires is another good thing you can craft, and same with nades. You can use the nades, you could sell the nades, you could sell the wires, you can use the wires to craft power cords, which then you can dismantle and you just constantly flip back and forth. So those are good things you can do. And like, I would just make graphics cards or make folders of intelligent or make flash drives. You need a lot of those for quests. People need those for quests. If not, I mean, it's a good 30-hour thing to chunk, and then you can use it in your scab junk box when you get to that point. I understand early on you don't have all of these things, but as you get further on the wipe, it'll become more easily. And I mean, honestly, by the time you're 4 or 5 weeks into the wipe, both of these skills should be max. I wouldn't really worry about it, but those are some of my thoughts and some of my suggestions, and if you really want to max it out and why it's important to max it out. One thing to note, I didn't talk about it a lot, but your crafting skill reduces the amount of time it takes to craft. I believe it's up to 30%. That's how it was in 12.8. If that changed, I'm sorry, but the EFT wiki has some great information out there if you need that. But this is what I have, and that's what it takes to max out your crafting and hideout management skill. A little different than the other what it takes to max out videos, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you need a deep dive on anything else Tarkov, please put down in the comments below and let me know what you would like to know, because I am eager to find and get my hands on these numbers and just work on. Anyway, I kind of enjoy doing these things, but that's all I have for this time. Most important thing you can do is this most important thing you can do though. Have a great day.